All of us are learners. We all learn about life. We also learn about the workplace, people around, and the work-related competencies. Teachers are no exception to lifelong learning.
One stroke down we have a one so early in the morning, so early in the morning.
What we were doing was giving the child a feeling of how the one looked like and how the hand.
Effective teachers continue to learn about new ways of learning and teaching. Education and training institutions provide opportunities for organized learning to pre-service and in-service teachers.
You have noted down the points?
Research suggests better learning when learners are clear about what is to be learnt. They themselves take responsibility for learning, and they are actively involved in the learning.
Cleanliness is next to body.
Cooperative learning methods, which have been found to be effective in schools, can also be used for effective teacher training. We will call it the cooperative learning-based approach to the training of teachers. The course leaders responsible for transacting the training course introduce the learning task outlined on the study guide sheet.
And what are the things in which you need some improvement, some strengthening on? So that is what is to be researched. So that the areas in which you feel that you require a little more strengthening and improvement, you can plan out the program and negotiate an objective in this part. Only this is to be done.
The study guide sheet specifies learning objectives, highlights issues, raises questions to reflect and evaluate, suggests learning activities, and lists reading material. The first learning activity involves individual reading and reflection. The learner highlights and jots down thoughts.
That in these 5 minutes each you can discuss your reactions to this story. We will give you more time for interacting on these questions.
Your general reactions, that's all.
How do you feel about it?
Individual reading and reflection are followed by sharing in pairs. Trainees in adjacent seats form pairs. Each explains to the other in about 20 minutes what each thinks on various aspects of the task. It helps in enriching others on the issues involved. New points are added to their individual lists. Sometimes they also work together to solve problems.
What is the nature of his child's needs? Like, what is the problem?
I mean, they're not really excited about my, I mean, again, the behavior problem to it. And
When he goes into the next class, that will not be able to.
And the second row,
Small groups of 4 to 5 trainees are then formed in such a way that participants are mixed. The group membership is changed. For example, groups can be formed by count. 1s in the first group, 2s in the second, and so on. The participants can stand according to height and then form groups by count. In group work, the furniture should be light and functional so that it can be moved easily.
Then let us now bring let's one each from each row. 4. 1.
In these groups, the trainees present their thinking, argue and weigh, take decisions, and bring out the group point of view. The reports can be displayed on bulletin boards or walls. The course leader gives instruction and help to groups.
Factors to take. That is what you have to consider as a whole group. And put down your points on the sheet of paper that you give. Then again we will repeat the same thing. One of you will come up and share with the group what your group feels. Okay? So how you will do it is how that strategy, if they can, is used.
The outcome can be summarized on fillet charts with bold sketch pens in different colors if needed. 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the nature of the task, can be provided for this activity.
When children at work,
and according to teacher will record the mistakes, and then in the last stage she will grading and encouraging the children.
Role play is also sometimes organized.
किसका है? कौन लेके दिया? हस्बैंड? नो, नॉट मैरिड. शादी नहीं हुआ. कब करेगा शादी?
pencil? No pencil?
लिखना है कुछ? नहीं.
Left hand में लो. Left hand.
आपका एड्रेस मालूम है? घर का एड्रेस मालूम है? घर का एड्रेस. टिक लो. इसमें लिखो. कम. ले लो. ट्राई करो. रहते हो ना? वो लिखो. लिख के बताओ. Oh, not very interesting. Not very interesting. लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड, उल्टा हाथ सीधा हाथ, राइट, ये सीधा सीधा हाथ। खाना किस में खाते हो? खाना कौन से हाथ से खाते हो? सीधा हाथ, ये सीधा हाथ है, ये सीधा सीधा।
कैसे पढ़ाते हैं?
कपड़े डालना, उतारना, शूज पहनना।
अच्छा, बच्चों का काम करते हैं। आपके घर में भी बच्चे हैं?
एक भाई भाई
भाई है। और कौन कौन है?
पापा, मम्मी।
अब कहाँ रहते हैं?
आरकेपुर। आपका स्कूल कहाँ है? स्कूल आपका कहाँ है? वसंत विहार। वसंत विहार।
आप क्या पढ़ाती हैं?
छोटे बच्चे,
छोटे
कपड़े उतारना, डालना, सब।
असिस्टेंट टीचर होंगे।
आपका भाई कितना बड़ा है? आपसे बड़ा है कि छोटा है? पढ़ते स्कूल।
आपने कहाँ तक पढ़ा है? आप स्कूल में पढ़े हैं ना? जाते थे आप स्कूल पढ़ने?
स्कूल जाते थे।
कितनी क्लास तक आपने पढ़ा है? आपको याद है ना? बताओ कितनी क्लास तक आपने पढ़ा है? आप काउंट कर लीजिए।
आपका भाई कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ता है?
The stage is now set for sharing in the large group comprising all trainees.
So common parts of breaking the task into smaller steps only, then freedom of choice. That is, it increases
Each group presents a report in 2 to 5 minutes. These are discussed and synthesized, and a cooperative outcome is pulled out and recorded on Philip charts. The experiences of the participants are further enriched.
Then increases motivation level, satisfaction. Child really feels satisfied if he or she himself will. Then achievement level also goes high. Gets encouraged, increases involvement, and moreover, child gains more and more confidence.
Finally, the total learning process is evaluated, individually as well as cooperatively. The feedback is used to improve the cooperative learning process for oncoming encounters.
And then, most probably in your next practice classes, when you get into your actual teaching situations, then you can just work them out and see how they work during the week. That is going to be an experience. You bring your experiences here after.
There could be some strategies which work much better than others, depending upon what you are teaching and the group you are teaching. Because when I was discussing, I was seeing the groups discussing amongst themselves, it was coming through that some special educators were thinking in slightly different lines than as compared to the general educators. Now, when you go and practice this in the classroom, you will again see that this difference may stand out. So, we would like you to bring all these issues that you experience regarding, as Professor Digna said, regarding the various strategies, and let us know next week.
Come out of this experience.
Yeah. No, but if what is slightly different and what methods that we use to.
The course leader acts as a moderator and facilitator of activities. His interventions are minimum and free from value judgments. He ensures the participation of all in different activities. The emphasis is on doing reflecting, and learning. The cooperative learning-based training approach has several advantages.
Initially, I was very hesitant, and because I was hesitant to speak because I didn't know how the course would be conducted. And later on, I got used to the discussions in groups and pairs, and I enjoyed doing what you enjoy. Yes.
What do you have to say about it?
Actually, frankly speaking, we have been really enjoying, though it had been quite tiring. But still, what we were expecting was we are going to work on learning disabilities and the remedies of learning disabilities. How can we overcome those learning disabilities and how can we implement in the class, which is missing. And otherwise, it's nice, we are interacting with each other. We never got the time to interact between the senior teacher and the other special group teachers. So it's nice to interact with each other.
Now, as regards the content of the training covered till now, what do you have to say? Content.
Contents are very good. I like the reading material that's been given to us, and the activities are very interesting. But there's a lot of reading to be done. That's all.
The materials were quite good, very informative in fact, but only thing is because of our tight schedule, we were not just not able to cope up with what you've given.
You didn't get sufficient time to read because this has been a freak year. Academic, it's not a usual academic year, so you didn't get enough time to read. Okay. Otherwise, you said you liked it.
Yeah, it was very informative.
What about the language of the material?
Language also was good, and I mean quite up to our standard, but there were just a few words which we were not able to understand. But then we got over it.
You just mentioned about liking the groups.
The trainees feel interested and motivated because of active involvement. Motivation is sustained throughout. They have the opportunity to examine all dimensions of the learning task, issues involved, and problems encountered.
But after this, I made up my mind that I can cope up with a disabled child.
What problem did you select? Firstly, let me know.
It was a very common problem. In my class, I'm teaching classes 9th and 10th.
Right.
So the problem which I had taken was the weak student who was not paying attention in the class. Even he was not doing his homework regularly. That was my problem. So first I tried to find out the reasons why he is doing so. So it was only his less attention. Mind was getting distracted very easily, and he was afraid of writing down the chemical equations.
I'd like to know, what did you learn from the general educators? You are a special educator yourself.
Yes.
This was an opportunity to interact as a group. What did you learn?
Initially, they were not aware of the special children.
So you got a chance.
Now they got a chance of learning, getting to know what is special handicap, what is handicap. And now I feel that they're more aware and they're ready to, sort of share and cooperate.
I see.
Cooperation I found was there.
And that's
especially
a healthy sign, isn't it?
Yes, especially
it makes you feel good.
Yes. That's why we are doing so much together.
Today I would like to form groups.
Finally, it paves the way for the transfer of training effects to actual practice in schools, not only in teaching, but also in dealing with other educational needs, including the special needs of the children.
You call out numbers 1 to 8. After 8, again the next child will say 1. Say 1, 2. Remember what number you're calling out, okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Take a bath every day. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Learning together is a joy, isn't it?